notice of this meeting was provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 12, 2024. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper, posted on public bulletin boards and the Township website.
Thank you. Can I get a roll call?
Councilman Albanese.
Here.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Here.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Here.
Councilman Feynman.
Here.
Thank you. Councilwoman Travers.
Here.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Here.
President Minikino.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we please rise in a moment of silence, please? Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk,
Yes,
can you file and, I'm sorry.
yes, I will.
Report, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Can I get a motion and a second to approve the minutes from December 29th and January 2nd meetings, please?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Albanese.
Abstain on the 29th, and yes to this January 2nd.
Councilwoman Pontoriero.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feynman.
Absent on the 29th, yes to the second.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Minikino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this brings us to our consent agenda.
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Thank you. 4-1, please.
Authorization to cancel grant appropriated reserves and receivables 2021-2022 and 2022-23 municipal alliance grants.
Thank you. Councilwoman Travers, please.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the cancellation of $4,975.73 for the 2021, 2022, and 2022-2023 Municipal Alliance Grant Program. These are unspent funds that are now being canceled. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-2, please.
Authorize Green Acres Enabling Agreement 150701044 Township of Brick Planning Incentive Program.
Mrs. Mayor.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes an agreement with the NJDEP Green Acres Program to provide funding for the Township's Planning Incentive Program. This agreement will increase Green Acres funding for the Township's open space acquisitions by $1.2 million. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-3.
Authorize Green Acres Enabling and Supplemental Funding Agreement 1507010444 Township of Brick Planning Incentive Program.
Thank you. Councilwoman DeYoung.
This resolution authorizes a request to the NJDEP Green Acres Program for an additional $1,565,000 that may be needed for potential open space acquisitions as recommended by the Mayor's Brick Open Space Savers Committee. The parcels are located on Hooper Avenue, Adamston Road, and Herbertsville Road. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-4, please.
Authorize Green Acres Enabling Agreement 15072130 Mallard Point Park redevelopment.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the agreement with the NJDEP Green Acres Program in the amount of $712,500 for the Mallard Park redevelopment project. Mallard Point Park is the next park scheduled to be upgraded in the Township's long-term strategy for neighborhood parks. The permitting process is underway, and we hope to go out for bid on this project later this year.
Thank you. 4-5, please.
Authorize Shared Services Agreement with Ocean County Sheriff's Office Fiscal Year 24 Child Restraint Program Grant.
Council Vice President Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the execution of a shared services agreement with the County of Ocean for the fiscal year 24 Child Restraint Program Grant. In this grant, the township will be reimbursed up to $70 per hour for overtime expenses incurred by certified child passenger safety technicians in the township's EMS department. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-6, please.
Authorize shared services agreement with Ocean County Office of the Prosecutor fiscal year 2024 Fatal Accident Support Team, FAST.
Thank you. Councilman Fine.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the execution of a shared services agreement in place with Ocean County Prosecutor's Office to designate Brigham Township police officers to be assigned to the Fatal Accident Support Team for the purpose of assisting in investigation, prosecution, fatal accidents, and traffic enforcement and education. During times where additional manpower is needed for investigations and/or training, members of the FAST will be called upon to assist. Officers will be paid from money in the prosecutor's program fund, which has been designated by the Ocean County Prosecutor and the Ocean County Board of Commissioners. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-7, please.
Authorize shared services agreement with Borough of Manalocan Code Enforcement and Zoning Officer Services.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
This resolution authorizes the renewal of a shared service agreement with the Borough of Mantoloking for code enforcement and zoning officer services. In this agreement, Brick Township code enforcement officers will respond to property maintenance violations on a part-time as-needed basis in the Borough of Mantoloking and be reimbursed for those services to cover the costs. Those with proper certifications will also assist with zoning issues at the employee's hourly rate.
Thank you. 4-8.
Authorize receipt of bids, Police Department Special Operations Garage Mechanical HVAC Plumbing Installation.
Councilwoman Pontarera.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for the installation of mechanical, HVAC, and plumbing work as needed for the Police Department's Special Operations Building located right here in Town Hall. The building presently has a temporary CO, Certificate of Occupancy, and this equipment and work is needed to complete the building. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-9.
Authorize receipt of bids, Mobile Ice Cream Truck.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for an ice cream truck vendor at Windward Beach Park, Traders Cove Marina, and various township parks year-round. Last year, the successful bidder paid $3,500 to the township to provide this service. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-10, please.
Authorize receipt of bids, Summerfest Food Truck Vendors.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes receipt of bids from vendors to provide food and refreshments during the 4 Summerfest concerts and the annual car show with an option for the Green Fair, Craft Fair, and Yard Sale and Night Out Against Crime. Last year, the award was made to 7 vendors in the total amount of $11,880. Thank you. 4-11, please.
Authorize receipt of bids, Beer and Wine Garden Concession.
Councilman Albanese.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids from vendors who currently have appropriate ABC licensing to provide beer and wine concessions during the 4 Summerfest concerts and Fall Fest in 2024. Last year, the township received $9,100 for the 1-year contract.
Thank you. 4-12, please.
Authorize receipt of bids, purchase and delivery of janitorial supplies.
Councilwoman Pontarera.
Thank you again, Council President. This resolution authorizes, the receipt of bids for the purchase and delivery of janitorial supplies. This bid covers the purchase and delivery of various cleaning chemicals, street brooms, wasp sprays, hand cleaners for mechanics, garbage bags, and other items used by Public Works, Parks, Buildings and Grounds, and the Recreation Department. Thank you.
Thank you. 4-13, please.
Authorize receipt of bids, chemical turf maintenance.
Councilman Feynman.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the receipt for bids for seasonal turf application for fertilizer and weed control at 16 locations, including township parks, recreational facilities, and the municipal complex. The contract provides for 4 weed control and fertilizer applications per year for approximately 71 total acres per application. It begins with an early spring soil test at each location to determine the proper application of each. There is an early and late spring application and an early and late fall application. This is a unit price bid with a cost per application based on the seasonal treatment not to exceed $60,000 for the 2-year contract period. Thank you.
Thank you. 414, please.
Authorize receipt of bids roadway improvements to Cherry Lane, Manor.
Councilman Albanese,
Thank
please.
you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for roadway improvements to Cherry Manor, including Lisa Drive, Princess Avenue, and Marie Court.
Thank you. 415.
Authorize receipt of bids roadway improvements to Emerson Street.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bid for roadway improvements to Emerson Street. 416.
Authorize receipt of bids manufacturing and printing of tax bills.
Councilwoman Pontarera.
I don't know if I should thank you for this one, Council President. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for the manufacturing and printing of tax bills. Thank you.
You're welcome. 417, please.
Authorize award of contract fireworks exhibitions.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
This resolution authorizes the award of contract in the amount of $30,000 to Schaefer Fireworks, Strasburg, Pennsylvania, for the aerial fireworks at Summerfest Concert Series and Fall Fest. Bid notices were sent out to 12 prospective bidders from our bidders list, and 4 bid packages were picked up. 4 picked up bid packages, yes. 1 proposal was received. Thank you.
Thank you. 418, please.
Authorize award of contract on-site environmentally safe truck wash services.
Council Vice President Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution awards a contract for on-site environmentally safe wash of township-owned vehicles and equipment to Mill Spray LLC of Lakewood at a rate per type of equipment. The vehicle wash recaptures wash water runoff during the cleaning process and prevents it from contaminating soil and groundwater. The Department of Public Works does not have a closed system for the capture of wastewater when washing trucks and equipment, so we must contract out for this service. The township's New Jersey Discharge Elimination System stormwater permit mandates the capture of the wastewater runoff to prevent the contamination of soil and groundwater. Thank you.
Thank you. 419, please.
Authorize award of contract tree trimming, removal, and disposal services.
Council Feynman, please. Councilman Feynman.
Thank you, Council
Thank you.
President. This resolution authorizes the award of bid for tree trimming, removal, and disposal services to Falkenberg Tree Expert Company, Brielle, in accordance with a schedule of prices based on various services. This will be an open-ended contract not to exceed $60,000 per year, with funds to be certified prior to each service. Bid notices were sent to 33 prospective bidders from our bidders list, and 9 picked up bid packages. 3 bids were received, with Falkenberg Tree Experts being the lowest responsible bidder. To date, the township has encumbered approximately $60,000 for the current 2-year contract. Thank you.
Thank you. 420.
Authorize award of contract snow removal services.
Councilwoman Travers.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes the award of contract for snow removal services from JBH Paving and Excavating, Jackson. This vendor will be added to the list of contractors that the township uses to plow township roads during a snow event. This is a 2-year contract with an option to renew for a 3rd year. Thank you.
Thank you. 421, please.
Authorize award of contract 2022 local roadway resurfacing and water main replacement contract, Laurel Manor.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Thank you, Council President. This resolution authorizes an award of contract in the amount of $629,149 with ANAR Construction of South River. This is for water main replacement and roadway resurfacing in Laurel Manor. This project will be completed in accordance with the shared services agreement dated September 23rd of 2023 with the Brick Township Municipal Utilities Authority. That means the township will be reimbursed by the BTMUA for their portion of the work completed, which is estimated to be $371,561. The major work items to be performed under this contract consists of roadway milling and resurfacing, full-depth pavement restoration, drainage improvements, retrofitting of manhole frames, castings, inlet grates, curb pieces, and bicycle safety grates, water main replacement, and connections to existing mains and sewers. Bid notices were provided to 74 prospective bidders, 14 requested bid packages, 8 bids were submitted, with ANAR Construction being the lowest responsible bidder. Thank you very much.
Thank you. 422, please.
Authorize rejection of bids demolition of 478 East End Avenue.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes the rejection of a bid for the demolition of 478 East End Avenue. This property has been demolished by the property owner, and therefore no further action is necessary. 423.
Authorize sale of surplus personal property, solar and Class 1 renewable energy certificates.
Councilwoman Dion.
This resolution authorizes the sale of the township's solar renewable energy credits and Class 1 renewable energy certificates through a public auction. The Township of Brick intends to utilize the online auction services of Flood Exchange LLC. At this time, there are solar renewable energy certificates from the township's rooftop and parking lot solar panels to auction on the Flood Exchange website. In addition, there are renewable energy certificates from the wind turbine located at the Drum Point Sports Complex. The township previously utilized Flood Exchange LLC for the sale of solar renewable energy certificates through public auction and received $35,872.50. Thank you.
Thank you. 424.
424A is an inspection fund release for Block 36, lots 13, 18, 22, and 24. 24B is an inspection fund release for Block 549, Lot 11. 24C is a performance bond and inspection fund release for Block 646, lots 7 through 9. 24D is a performance bond release for Block 1338.15, Lot 22. 24E is a performance bond release for Block 1409.08, Lot 25. And 24F is a performance bond release for Block 144702, lots 23, 24, and 25.
Thank you. 425.
25A is Veterans Deductions at Block 870.09, Lot 4, as well as Block 548, Lot 19.18. 25B is Senior Citizen Deduction at Block 87.02, Lot 8. 25C are overpayments for 2023 at Block 1270, Lot 2, and Block 1407.06, Lot 103. 25D is canceling tax balances for $10 and under. And 25E is a tax exemption at Block 211, Lot 31.
Thank you. And this brings us to the end of our consent agenda. Can I get a motion in a second?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, open to public for questions on the resolutions only. Yes, Mr. Sluka.
Quick answer, hopefully. John Sluka, 950 Sylvia Court. The award of contract of number 21, 20, is that the number? 2022 local roadway improvement. Is this something that we started 2 years ago?
No, it hasn't even been started.
What?
This was not even started. It was probably planned in 2022.
In 2022,
but
that's why I figured there's probably
Yeah.
a good answer to this one.
Yeah, I was just on the roads this fall. They are awful, but we were waiting for everything to get
Everything to
planned
get
and all the ducks
approved
in
and
a row
everything
so we
else.
don't have to open
Okay.
it back up and-
I just thought it was a little weird that it was almost a year and a half or 2 years old. The other one is, what happens on number 18? On-site environmentally safe truck wash service. We get the water that goes into the thing, and, you know, I understand that, because I asked the question last year. What happens to the water?
Mrs. Bergen.
They collect it in a, they put like a bubble around the unit that they're washing. They collect the water and they take it with them for proper disposal.
Oh, so like out into wherever it happens to be.
Yeah, they have the
Oh.
infrastructure necessary to
To
properly.
properly get rid of it and stuff, because it has to go somewhere.
Mhm.
You know, I know it doesn't dry up. Okay, good enough, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Good evening, good evening. Yeah. Two quick and easies. Number two, what exactly is a planning incentive program? And I think there's $1.4 million more you're asking for. Where is that going? Or what is it for? And the other one is question 8, just for my own information. This is the new police garage building back? Is that what that is?
Yes, so I wanted to make sure I got both your questions.
Yeah.
Yes, number 8 is the special operations garage that is going in the rear. That is
Okay,
correct.
my question, just for my own information, don't you normally do heating and vacuuming and HVAC and plumbing and everything as you're building it?
Well, we are still building it. We have a temporary CO, but in order for us to occupy it with actual people, we have to finish this part. So we have been building it. It's been under construction for several months.
Okay,
And now we're at the point for the HVAC.
oh, so that's like, you don't do it as you're building it like you would a house?
Well, we did the nuts and bolts, but now we need the professionals to come in and finish the design and take the design that was laid out and finish the work.
Okay, okay,
And yes, planning incentive grant program, so you have to notify Green Acres by filling out, giving them a comprehensive planning incentive grant program application. That tells you about all of the parcels that may be acquired for open space, or may be interesting to us to acquire for open space, or interesting to the county, or interesting to the state to acquire for open space. So if something comes up during the year from the boss committee, or the county calls us about an interesting seller, we already have notified Green Acres that this is a property that's interesting to us and we may be acquiring. So they want to see you continuing planning to do that. They want to see you having an idea of what parcels would work for you for open space and kind of prioritizing that. So that's what the planning incentive grant program does. This is also asking, because we had put the Bretton Woods property on here as something we wanted to acquire, for them to up their funding to us to help us offset the cost of that acquisition.
oh, so the 1.4 million is for Bretton Woods, but you're asking more than you originally got?
Yeah, because we have other properties. There were a couple of other properties that we're looking at the same time. It wasn't just the Bretton Woods property.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from public, please? Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese. Councilwoman Pontorero.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feinman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
I vote yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
This brings us to our computer bill resolution.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid, and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $11,457,359.55.
Thank you. Can I get a motion in a second, please?
Motion.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public for questions on the computer bill. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese. Councilwoman Pontorero.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feinman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. This brings us to our manual bill resolution.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid, and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $5,664,264.04.
Thank you. Can I get a motion in a second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Open to council. Seeing none, close council. Open to public for questions on the manual bill. Seeing none, close public. Roll call.
Councilman Albanese.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeYoung.
Yes.
Councilman Feinman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Travers.
Yes.
Vice President Ambrosino.
Yes.
President Menachino.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this brings us to public comments.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Thank you. Anybody from public? Yes. You picked out these shirts purposely for me?
You want me to read it
I
out?
saw it. I read it.
Oh, you already read it?
Very good.
I told you once before, I don't buy any
know,
of them.
I
I
know.
haven't bought a shirt in 25 years.
Very
The
good.
kids buy them,
Yeah, very nice.
and they know that I won't wear anything that's offensive, so they don't buy me anything offensive.
Isn't that good?
Okay, John Sluka, 950 Sylvia Court. Dear Mayor Crate, this is a letter I wrote. January 19th, I dated it. Current, although really means for the whole year. But current, I should have taken that out. Council President Vincent Menachino, did I get that right, hopefully?
Yes.
all Brick councilmen and councilwomen, the people of Brick, workers and residents alike, and the local news reporters as well. My letter. Air pollution can cause a variety of health problems according to the National Institute of Environmental Health Science. Air pollution can affect lung development and is implicated in the development of emphysema, asthma, and other respiratory diseases, such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is COPD, most people know it by. Increases in asthma prevalence and severity are linked to urbanization and outdoor air pollution. Dr. Alan Thomas Charlie, a health expert, states that long-term exposure to air pollution can impair lung health, aggravate pre-existing illnesses, and raise death rates. Deep bloodstream and lung penetration by delicate particulate matter and pollutants such as ground-level ozone can lead to organ damage and inflammation. It is the major threat to global health and prosperity. Air pollution in all forms is responsible for more than 6.5 million deaths each year globally, a number that has increased over the past 2 decades. Please note that this is not an exhaustive list of health problems caused by the air pollution. Vehicles are a major source of air pollution, producing about 1/3 of all U.S. air pollution. The smog, carbon monoxide, and other toxins emitted by vehicles are especially troubling because they leave the tailpipes at street levels where humans can breathe them, the polluted air, directly into their lungs. The Garden State Parkway continues to impact the lives of the not-so-wealthy residents, and nothing seems to be ever done. Some of the other things one may read if they don't like reading what I write: air pollution linked in dementia cases. In the addition of the NIH research matters, read about findings from the Health and Retirement Study funded by the National Institutes of Aging that showed higher air pollution was linked to the increased risk of dementia. NIHS-funded research found that younger adolescents' brains developed differently when they were exposed to air pollution during childhood, even when pollution levels were well below the national air quality standards. This study is first to assess how air pollution may affect the growth of children's functional networks, which pass information between different regions of the brain and are essential for cognitive and emotional development. The NIEHS sister study is a leading resource for research on environmental factors and breast cancer. In this study, White and her group found that women who live in the areas of high air pollution had a higher risk of developing breast cancer. This varied geographically due to the different sources of pollution around the United States. A 14 to 20 foot pollution, noise, and safety wall, along with the increased number of trees and brush, is needed along with the heavily expanded Garden State Parkway. The people of Evergreen Woods, which are not the richest community, the people of Greenbrier, not the richest senior community, the people of Briar Mills, not the richest community either, the people going to school and working at Brick High and Lanes Mill School, basically the working class people, die prematurely and get little help or no help. People of Cherrywood, Town Hall, and the library also feel the abuse of New Jersey Turnpike Authority every day. Doesn't anyone care? I guess the council comments of the meeting is a great opportunity to show that the mayor and the council members care for the not so financially well off in the township. Although I will guess things will go the same way they've gone in the past, little or very little is ever done. Thanks for your time. I yield back 45 seconds.
Thank you. Anyone else from public? Yes, sir.
Good evening, Council President, Council, Administration, and Mayor. My name's Charlie Bacon, 366 Rancocas Drive. I was watching TV about a week and a half ago, and I noticed a Popeyes commercial come on. And I know at my age I shouldn't be eating that. In full disclaimer, I do not work for Popeyes. However, I did a little Googling on it because the Board of Adjustment, a matter of fact, did approve Popeyes to go next to the Wawa. I did not, full disclosure, attend any of the meetings during the hearing of Popeyes, but I attended numerous meetings on the Wawa. And when the Wawa was in front of your Board of Adjustment, there was a lot of concerns raised by the traffic, especially making left-hand turns out of the exit of Wawa. And it was discussed by quite a few citizens that live on cross streets in that area, across from that, and that was approved with knowing full well this was going to be an issue. There's no question Wawas are magnets. A lot of people like them to eat, and that's why a bank and several other things were approved there. So I looked at the Popeyes approval with two conditions. One was the paper street, which I get. That seemed like a reasonable one. The one that concerned me a little bit was the condition that was placed on Popeyes coming in here as a result of something that was approved by the Wawa. Now, the board, you had all your professionals here, and this room was quite filled with people expressing concerns if that was allowed, especially a left-hand turn coming out of Wawa. Then I read the thing that was in front of Popeyes before the approval with all the conditions, the problems with the location of that exit, close proximity to Jack Martin. So what I'm expressing here is there's two things. One, my concern about putting a condition on a business because a board approved something knowing that this was probably going to be an issue. And there was no conditions placed on that when Wawa was approved. So I think going forward, we should be careful when conditions are placed like that, when the origin of the traffic problem was in fact related to Wawa, with no post-review allowed with that approval. That's number one. Number two, this came in front of the board in early December of '22, and the condition of them building there, and part of that was to move the bank out of the anchor so that they could put a drive-through, was a DOT approval. So my question in front of this body is, what is the status of that? Because that's probably 13, 14 months in. Has there been any movement on that DOT approval at all?
May I clarify, Mr. Baker?
Oh, sure, thank you.
If you're asking about the no left turn?
Yes.
Yes, so this goes back so many months and
I
so
know.
many consistent follow-ups by not only the mayor's office and my office, but also traffic safety and engineering and Tara Paxton and land use. The DOT was the one that asked us, the township, to support what they wanted to do, which was no left turn via resolution, which the council did that day. The day we got the request, we changed the agenda. And yet they have done absolutely nothing in terms of the signage and formalizing the no left turn since we did that. We have followed up repeatedly, and the answers we get is it's still being worked out with their legal department at the DOT. So we will continue to follow up. We greatly support that. The council supported it the day they were asked to support it way back in the day. And it's really out of our hands, but not beyond our scope to continue to follow up.
Yeah, just to ask you to continue. It seems like an obvious thing, your request, obviously.
Which started with them.
Right.
Right.
And
yet, now that we did
it's-
what we were asked to do, it's just crickets. Right?
yeah, I don't understand the inner workings of DOT. They actually approved both of those left-hand turns out of that before that was approved. But to your point, it doesn't seem like a big change to do what they asked you to do with the resolution. So thank you on that. The other thing, another full disclosure that I do want to bring up, I talked to Mayor Ducey about this probably a year and a half ago in a meeting that I saw him in. And it concerns the Dunkin' Donuts on Herbertsville Road. And that was approved, as most of you know, or some of you are new members, congratulations on winning the election. That was approved to convert a bank. And when that went in front of the planning board, they utilized the one of the bays for the bank. And the problem over there, and it continues to be a chronic problem, is I would ask this governing body to follow up with public safety, which I asked the mayor to do. Not looking to give anybody tickets, but I've been by that road when I used to live over there, that it would block Herbertsville Road. Not only does it block Herbertsville Road, it causes problem with people coming out of the traffic light there. So maybe they could do some type of study that, and especially I think on Saturday mornings, things of that nature, where that becomes very dangerous. And I just asked if that could go through public safety. Again, I'm not looking for people to get tickets because it was really created by a board approval with no provision in if the queue line gets full. And you can't blame people when they're trying to get in there to use a drive-through. So that would be another thing I'm asking if you could follow up with public safety on and just check into that, because that continues to be a problem. I occasionally go to Prime and always ask them about it. So thank you for allowing me to go beyond my time. Have a good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Anyone else from public, please? Seeing none, close public. Mrs. Bergen?
And how are you?
I was waiting.
How's everyone?
Good.
I have nothing, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Mayor Creek?
Thank you. I just have a couple of things. First, I want to point out one thing. If you've read, I believe it was the last issue of the Ocean Star, and I'm not sure if it was anywhere else. I know that Dr. Farrell was recently interviewed regarding the devastating cuts that the Brick school system continues to have to live through. And, I've been trying to follow up with that as well. I know that the school district submitted an application for state stabilization aid funding. And, the S2 cuts have consistently cut funding for the past 7 years, and we deserve to be fully funded. We deserve to be able to provide a thorough and efficient education for our students. So with that in mind, I do know that the application that was sent in was excellent, and it requests full restoration for the aid that's been taken away again. And I've had several conversations with the chair of the Education Committee, Senator Vin Gopal, to tell him that BRIC needs this funding, and we would like that restored for all of the funding that we've lost. So I just wanted to keep people up to date with that I have been reaching out, I have been pushing to have that funding restored, and that the children in BRIC deserve to have that thorough and efficient and quality education. So I'm hoping that the school district gets some good news on that soon. And we'll continue here in our office to impress the need for fair funding for our schools. Other things going on beside that, I was able to attend the Police EMS Awards at the beginning of January. It was very exciting. I would like to congratulate Alexis Sweeney and Michael Magnetti. They were the 2023 EMTs of the year. They both did such a fabulous job that 2 people got the award this year. And all the time that I've spent with seniors and talking with people around town, one of the things that has always resonated is the fact that our EMS squad is the best of the best. I've never had anyone say anything other than what a wonderful group of people they are, how they're always so kind and caring, and how they know their stuff, and they come in and they're just always such an asset to our community. So I want to thank them publicly for doing all of the hard work that they do on what is arguably, as I said at the award ceremony, at a time when they're meeting people on what would be considered probably the worst days of their lives. And they're always there to be the best that they can be, and I'm very grateful that we have them here full-time in our township. So thank you to them. And when you see them out on the roads, or if you see them out getting a snack at the Wawa, or if they just happen to be out and about, make sure you thank them too. On January 12th, I was able to go to the Brick vs. Brick basketball games. We had the girls play and the boys play each other at Memorial, and congratulations to Township girls and Township boys. They both pulled off a win, so congratulations to them. Great games. It was very exciting to be there for that match. On the 13th, I was able to go to a ribbon cutting with Councilwoman DeYoung for unscathed cuts that is located over, I don't remember the plaza name, but it's where the Dollar General is. Town Square Plaza. If you haven't been over there to check it out, please do. If you need a haircut, if you're a guy, check it out. It's not just a barber shop. It's so much more than that. There's a great article in the Patch actually about what that gentleman offers, but basically he is not only a barber, but he's an independent musician. And part of the thing that he does in the barber shop is he highlights up and coming hip hop artists each week or each month. He highlights them. He's got, he has a couple of albums actually on Apple Music that you can check out under Unscathed. And it's a great place to get a haircut. It was really cool. It was just a really cool barbershop with lots of cool things to see when you're there. And I believe he's going to be looking into hosting evenings for these independent artists so that the public can come out and meet them. So I highly recommend checking them out. It was a great ribbon cutting and I enjoyed, his mom was wonderful. She was very supportive. So check them out. There's gonna be a neighborhood watch meeting on February 1st at the Herbertsville Firehouse. That's for the Herbertsville and Maple Avenue section of town. So if you live in those sections of town, please come out. I believe that starts at 6 p.m. at the Herbertsville Firehouse. So we hope to see you there on February 1st. If you like to do some rock climbing, or if your kids like to do rock climbing, on February 4th from 11 to 3 at the Gravity Vault here in Brick, the PBA is hosting Climb with a Cop. And for $35, you can climb with a cop and all the funds will be going towards the Special Olympics. So I will be there. I will also be climbing, so you can climb with the mayor too for a little bit if you feel like racing me up to the top. I'll get there early, so I hope to see you there. It's a great event for kids. They love it. A lot of our police officers attend, and it's just a really good time out for the family, so we hope to see you there. And finally, on February 10th, we will be celebrating Brick Township's 174th birthday at Civic Plaza from 3 to 5 p.m. I hope that you can join us. It's being hosted by the Mayor's Student Advisory. They're working really hard to make it a fun event for everyone. Some of the things that we're offering are decorate your own cupcake. I hold a special place in my heart for that. I believe we're gonna be making some slime. We'll have a cotton candy machine. We have groups from Brick Memorial. The Art Club will be there to do hand and face painting. The National Honor Society will be making friendship bracelets and bead bracelets. We have Garden State Art Studio coming out to do some painting and coloring pages with the kids. The Chick-fil-A cow will be handing out coupons, so you might want to check that out. The MUA is going to have some interactive giveaways. The Historical Society will be there. The Fire Department, Sparky will be there. We'll have Brick Police will be there as well. The Environmental Commission, the Brick Garden Club, Monmouth Computers will be there, and the Ocean County branch of the library. We're going to have goodie bags and cake and lots of fun stuff for people to do. It really is a community event that is put on by members of the community, and it's a great way to celebrate our township, to come out and meet friends and have a good time and eat some cake and sing happy birthday to our great township. So I hope to see you on February 10th from 3 to 5 for that celebration, and that is all I believe I have for this evening. Thank you.
Are you sure?
I think that's it.
All right.
I can, you know, if you
Yeah, I
really
know.
want me to go on. Thank you.
Mr. Starkey.
I'm going to follow Ms. Bergen's lead and say I have nothing further tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Nothing, thank you.
You're welcome. Madam Secretary?
Not tonight, thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Albanese?
Nothing.
Councilwoman Pontarera?
Just one thing, our rabies clinic has been rescheduled, so we're having it on the 27th at 10 a.m. I know Miss Lynette works very hard to make it successful, so if you missed the first time it was scheduled, it's not too late. Take your animals and get the rabies shots. 10 a.m. You can sign up online on the township website. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman DeYoung?
Yes, thank you. I just want to add something real quick to Mayor Crate about Unscathed. They are part of the Buy and Brick program, so you can also get reduction on your property taxes by utilizing them. And also, the Brick Hero Awards are coming up. They are going to be taking place in March, and the township is taking applications for someone or a business or an organization that you would consider a hero that goes above and beyond for our community. And applications are being accepted until February 16th, and I believe the application is online. I know it's definitely through the municipal update. I don't know if it's on Facebook or the website yet, but we'll make sure it's up for the public to be able to put in their application for a hero in brick. And that's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Feynman.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to take a brief moment just to recognize the Brick Police Department. I'm not just saying that because they relocated me closer to you. I did have it printed out, but they really do a phenomenal job. But they can't be everywhere at once, so they do rely us on in terms of community. That said, I want to make sure all residents are aware of our non-emergency police number, which is 732-262-1100. So if you see something strange, there's no harm in calling it in. There's also a lot of resources available on their website, which is www.brickpd.com. There's general information, a tip line, a calendar of events, including neighborhood watch meetings. You can also sign up for real-time alerts. So thank you, stay safe, and have fun.
Thank you. Councilwoman Travers.
I've got nothing tonight, thank you.
Thank you. Council Vice President Ambrosino.
Thank you. I think I'll be the one that just says to everyone in town, welcome to winter. I'd like to take a moment to thank our township employees who coordinated our response to the snow that we got last week. I think they did a very good job. Hopefully there's not more of that to come. That's it.
Thank you. Mr. Bacon, I agree. Left and Wawa's a pain in the butt. I live in that area also, so thank you for bringing it up. Thank you for everybody for coming. I appreciate it. We all appreciate you coming and showing up. I did not attend the barbershop thing. I didn't think they could help me. Yeah, I didn't think they could help me. Yeah, they couldn't braid it, so what good was it? I will be going to get a cupcake though. So the next meeting is February 13th, 7 o'clock here. It's also a Tuesday. Can I get a motion and a second to adjourn?
Motion.
Meeting adjourned. Thank
All
you.
in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.